wanna call the time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out.
Your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. A fairly short kick from the 14.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Play action, it's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers will swing complete to Jalen Waddle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The Rams are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Rodgers now to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally, and then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
It was Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Jameis now on 1st down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Back north. Hey, take 26.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Rams use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Prater for the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 3rd down, Winston. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Rodgers. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to. Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action now. Winston. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
To throw, Winston. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So now, following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. They go play action. Winston. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Jameis to throw it. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, third and goal. Here's Winston. Being chased out left. And Winston lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their comp.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, LA! I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
A short kick taken at the 18. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Winston is going to let this one go deep. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Rams are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
On play action, Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Jalen Waddle on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. A short kick taken at the 18.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Micah Parsons has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The man in motion left here, Johnson. To try again after the sack. Winston. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Winston. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. To throw is Rodgers. And, oh, he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Rodgers. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Rams are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He'll get it inside the 20, and he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards. I know it's tough to make tackles in the open field, but that one hurts because he got a little bit extra after the missed tackle.
Receivers are coached so well. They have to break at least one tackle after the catch. He did that on that play.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Prater's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Micah Parsons. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Winston to throw for it on 4th. He's going to look deep for more. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
44 yards on the ground for him so far.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Going right back to Akers.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Over. Hey, 626.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in their second half blowout material. They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll run here with Hubbard. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Hubbard again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. but I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Rodgers going to try and run. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Only 3 points there, but I got to think, at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now, the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. A quick throw. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's more. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Winston now from the 50. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Oh, it shifts past him. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Touchdown, Cowboys! Elijah Moore from 10 yards out. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
The Cowboys offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Winston to throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
On play action, now Rodgers going for the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, LA! Jalen Waddle, 46 yards. And the Rams will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Prater for the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25.
touchdown. Out is Prater to kick.
A short kick taken at the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot...
And Winston lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they are going to score on a fumble return. Touchdown, LA. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
A short kick taken at the 18. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now Winston. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second and 20.
Throwing, Winston. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Micah Parsons
in there to get him again. That is sack number 6. One off the NFL record of 7.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the handoff, it's Akers.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flush to his right. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So they decline it, as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
A short kick taken at the 18. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, I wish his staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the 4th quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Winston. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Fourth down, Winston. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
26.
Throwing is Rodgers. Forced out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Now it's Rodgers.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I think
Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Third and short yardage, Winston. He finds his man Johnson.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Moore, the man in motion. Play action now, Winston. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
That time the one to get in there and bring him down.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Throwing on second and long. Winston, and pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Micah Parsons
in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw, Winston.
This pass caught by Hamler.
A crazy sequence here. Huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
On the handoff, running left is Akers. Down to the 42, second down.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.